Hello. Welcome back to Good Germs Off-Road Adventures. This is a nothing vlog episode, whatever we're up to these days. Listen, first things first, I know I've been MIA, well, since pretty much Christmas. You know, it's a busy time of year. I'm just going to make excuses right now for y'all. It's a busy time of year. And some of you may know I've been dealing with some back issues. I've got what appears to be a bit of a herniated disc right down in the back, causing the sciatic to go down the leg and basically making my right leg hurt all the time, back, all of it. Finally starting to get some relief, and it couldn't be any sooner because guess where we're getting to go here in about 2 days? We're going to go to King of the Hammers. Yes, we are. We're actually going to go for the week. More on that later. I've got a bit of a mess in here to clean up. I've been doing some other hobbies while I've been down. You'll see what I mean, because I got to clean up from some of that. But anyway, I've got to do some cleanup, getting ready. We're going to load probably, I don't know, tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. That's actual today's date. Wednesday, whatever this is, January 28th. Anyway, we're just going to get right into doing some things and just some general chit chat. So like I mentioned, got some stuff to clean up. I'm going to go ahead and start doing some of that now while I'm talking to you all. Like I said, had another hobby that helped me to keep my time or pass the time while I've been down. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. You'll see what it was, but I just want to make sure, you know, on YouTube here, I don't say too many things that are going to get me, in trouble. I guess there's nothing really all that sensitive about it. We'll just go ahead and get to it. We can dump this out. Yep. Okay. So like I said, I've found I keep saying found, I guess that's not, I have another hobby that I use to kind of help keep the time or help the time pass by while I was down with this back injury. It's still there. The back still hurts, but I've got decent range of motion now, and I can do some things. Just can't lift anything super heavy. Anyway, enough of that. But anyway, I was spending a bit of time, making things that may or may not be made out of brass and other semi-heavy metals, if you catch my drift. Anyway, so I've got plenty to put away, stuff that's just out that needs to be put away. I don't really want to leave this stuff out while we're gone. As I mentioned, we're getting ready to go to King of the Hammers, and the intention is to be gone for a week. That's right. You heard me. A week. So, like I mentioned, today is Thursday, January the 28th. We are going to be leaving, Friday, it's January 30th, and heading out to Lucerne Valley to Hammertown. Going to be there all the way until February, whatever the Sunday is, the 8th. Going to be there for, I guess that makes it, carry the 3, what is that, 9 days? Something like that. Yeah, these are empty ones. I don't need to put those away. I'm going to be there for about 9 days. Well, that doesn't fit. 9 days. And in that time, I have a very simple but very ambitious goal, and that is to record and upload a video every single day, regardless of how short it is. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 30, 40 minutes, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but my goal is to record, edit, and upload every day. Now, obviously, I'm probably not going to do that like the same day, right? It'll probably be the next day after. So Friday, we'll be heading out, we'll be doing things. I doubt I'll get anything posted for Friday night because you tend to stay up pretty late if you're at King of the Hammers. IKYKYYKKY, if you know, you know. So that means I'll probably be editing somewhere during the next day and getting it posted. Especially if you end up late night at Chocolate Thunder or you hang out at the back door. That came out wrong. Sorry, you know, the place where the big hill comes down. Anyway, so with that being said, I will probably be doing filming maybe in the morning, maybe throughout the day, filming some races, some qualifying things. They're having an off-road car show one night. Definitely going to film that. But videos will probably come the next day. I mean, that makes the most sense. It's just me. There's nobody else that helps me with this. It's just me. So I'll have to do that as we go. Sheriff deputy just went down the road. We do live in a neighborhood. You know, you're not supposed to be riding your off-road vehicles around on the roads out here. And I think they were after somebody. I heard there's a kid in the neighborhood that takes his motorcycle, does wheelies all over the neighborhood on the paved roads. And well, he was running around. I heard a horn blaring. And the next thing I know, 2 deputy sheriff's cars, lights and sirens tearing off after him. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but anyway, just went back. Squirrel. Where was I? King of the Hammers. So, yeah, they're doing an off-road car show. That'll be fun. They're doing Class 11 bugs under the lights on the short course. I mean, that's going to be cool. I don't remember what day that is. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this week. I don't remember. It's on the schedule. But that's going to be super cool. What else out there? Oh, we're going to see if we can test drive some vehicles. Oh, I got a text message here. I'm also trying to get some firewood, and I'm messaging with a firewood fella. I think we're going to go do that. We're going to go get some firewood. I've got a little trailer. Y'all have seen it before. I think the very second, I would say the first Nothing vlog, but that was a Christmas video. I think the second or third Nothing vlog video, I was doing something with the little trailer. So you might have seen it, but we're going to go, I think we're going to go get some firewood. So I am going to go deal with that. I'll be right back. All right, so I am back from getting firewood from the firewood man. Some really nice people. Looks like they probably do firewood as their main source of income. So I really like when I can support local people. But, well, there we go. It's dark now. Anyway, there we are. Filled the little trailer with firewood. Now, of course, I had to make sure I used the Ford F-350 to tow the little trailer. You know, an F-250 just wouldn't have done it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing unhooked. I gotta put the light down. Let's get her unhooked, and we'll get back inside and get back to what we were doing and talking about things. And I don't remember where I left off, you know. Talking about King of the Hammers and my crazy idea that I'm going to go ahead and post a video every day. Like I said, I don't know how that's going to go, but that's the goal. Ow. Okay. Put that up there. Do I need the keys anymore? I don't know. I know some of you are probably looking at my chain setup and thinking, you dummy, your chains are supposed to go up here. Yeah, I'm aware, but they don't really reach. The chains are too short, and I can't be bothered to put longer chains on it. Whatever, it's fine. The trailer's still here. Okay. All right. Anyway, lots of cool things to do at King of the Hammers that we're going to do. That's the plan anyway. And now we have lots of firewood for making nice campfires for however many nights that is, 7 or 8 nights. So I'm going out, myself and Caleb. I think you might have seen Caleb here and there on the channel. He helped me put the bed cover on the truck. He was the helper that didn't come with it. He may have been in another video. I think riding, maybe camping, I don't remember. Anyway, we're going out Friday, and he's gonna stay till like Sunday, and then he'll leave and go home so he can go back to work. And then I'm just gonna be out there the rest of the time by myself, doing whatever. And I know some of you might ask, well, what about the wife? Is she gonna go out? No, she is not. The girls, the wife, daughters, they all decided they wanted no part of King of the Hammers this year after last year. Didn't really make any video out of that part, but the last weekend we were out there for like 4 or 5 days, and it started out great, but we parked in the wrong spot is what has happened, and everything got full of dirt. We're gonna park somewhere else this time, but they don't want to go. So it's a guy's trip that is gonna start out as a guy's trip, and then turn into a guy or dude single trip. That's okay. All right. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is needs to be fixed. Roll straight, man. That's good enough. Okay. It's probably pretty dark up there right now. That's okay. Who cares? Well, how do you put the... I also know that this isn't the very best of hitch locks, but it's what I got. Oh yeah. Undo that. Wait, I've messed it up. Okay. Very good. So I can tell I do have some of my range of motion back, which is fantastic. Where's the light? Give me that. Howdy, neighbor. All right, just collected some firewood for King of the Hammers.
All right, hon.
Yeah. Neighbor, he's a nice guy. Wait, where did the thing go? I forgot. There it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish up out here, catch back up with you inside. All right, got the little trailer unhooked from the back of the truck and got it locked up, all those things. Back to doing what we were doing, which was just kind of getting some stuff put away that I don't really want to leave out, you know, such as brass things, heavy metal objects, powder. Just wanted to get that stuff kind of put away and out of the way. I don't even know where this goes. Oh, it goes in here. Let's see. Shut that? Yeah, okay. Just had to shut the cabinet. All right, so I've got some other stuff. We're just gonna keep chit-chatting and doing things to get ready for the King of the Hammers. Like I was just saying, most of the time I'm just going to be out there by myself, which is going to be pretty neat. Well, how does this work? Pretty neat, like I was saying. And, you know, it's not like it's going to be quiet time out there in the desert. Any of y'all been there, you know, it's anything but quiet out there. But why was that hot? Never mind. It's pretty busy, pretty noisy. It never shuts down. It's kind of like a big city like New York, never sleeps. It's the way it goes out there. And that's mainly why the girls aren't going. So that's fine. Get to spend some quality time with my thoughts, with my cameras, the quads, ATVs, four-wheelers, or just whalers. That's right. I know some of you have been answering and telling me what you call them and where you're at. And the most recent one that was different was just wheelers. For the life of me, I can't remember where that came from, but that's okay. Step ladder with some towels. Yeah, just washed the truck and trailer. Oh wait, do I need the step ladder to put a box away? Is there anywhere to put the box? Do I have a spot open? What's down here? Is that an open spot? Yeah, right there's an open spot. Okay, I gotta put a tote up there. Goodness, and hope the back doesn't explode as I'm doing it. That wouldn't be too nice. I don't believe this tote to be all that heavy. Well, let's see. We'll find out right. No, this tote's not too heavy. This should go okay. Probably, I'm gonna fall off. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Oops, did that go too far? Yeah, but, ow. Okay, we're not up to jumping yet. Okay, now I can put the step ladder away. Need the step ladder for washing the truck and the trailer, I can't reach the things. I did that the other day, so they're nice and shiny and ready to go. Okay, so we've got all the stuff laid out. So this is all the stuff that goes into the truck. We've got the stand for the Sea Devil light. The Sea Devil light's actually back there. Tote with some emergency things. There's the Alloy Man right there. Jump starter thing. Blower, there's a little impact in there. Speaker for the Musica. Caleb's helmet bag. My helmet gear bag. Got the ice chest coolers laid out there for drinks and extra ice, and I think he's bringing one as well. We got the cornhole boards there and a bucket for kindling. I'm going to have to add more kindling to the trailer. Flags for the ATVs. Now, the Arctic Cat's not going. And I know in the last actual video, we fixed the steering by way of replacing parts. But the reason it's not going is because still need to rebuild those shocks. They're pretty useless. The tires bounce. It's a rough ride. But we do have all the stuff to go ahead and do that. So I've decided to take the plunge. Here's a gallon of Fox shock oil, some grease for the seals. That's a drill and tap because in here, this is Schrader valve, so we can update the valves on the reservoirs to Schrader valves, so maybe they won't leak. So drill, tap for those little needle things so we can bleed whatever nitrogen's left in there out before we take it apart. Some seal bullets. The cheapest one I could find, it was a pack of 3. It was like $8-9, I don't remember. An IFP removal setter tool from shockseals.com. And it does all the different flavors of IFP. So like the Fox is this end, you put that on, turn it, pull it out, I guess. But it does all the different ones. And then of course we've got all the seals. So 4 seal kits for 4, shocks. So yeah, gonna give it a whirl. Obviously I don't have a nitrogen tank and valves to refill the nitrogen, but there's a few off-road suspension builders out here in the area because, we're right by Lucerne Valley where a lot of things happen. I'm going to see if I can get one of those companies to fill them when I'm done. But obviously didn't have time to get to that before King of the Hammers. Haven't really been able to work on much. Just now starting to feel better. Trying not to push it too much. Want the back to continue to heal. Okay. Well, what else? What else do we need to get into? That's all fine. There's bags of Donate there. Listen, how many of y'all's wives out there give you bags to donate and they put it in your shop or your garage right where it's in the way, and it'll stay there for months. Those bags have been there since probably a little before Christmas, and it's about a month later, so we'll just keep them there and see how long they last. Anyway, okay, that was just a secret. That was just between us. We'll not tell the wife we talked about that and made fun of her for that. Everything else that we need for the King of the Hammers, we loaded in the truck already. You know, so I've been driving around for about a week with the bed of the truck pretty well filled. What you can't see up there in the front is about 60 or so gallons extra of water that we went ahead and filled jugs and stuck them in there. You know, it's not been so cold out that, at least here, that we have to worry about the water freezing. There we go. Say what you want about aluminum duty Fords or Aluma-Duty, whatever you want to call them. The tailgates are nice and light. Yeah, man. So at this point, really all that's left to do, and we'll take care of some of this tomorrow evening, which is Thursday, is to go grocery shopping, get all that into the toy hauler there, put the quads in the toy hauler, and pack the ice chest with beverages of various type. One thing I'd like to try to do, you know what I'm getting at, is to fix that. Somebody has let the air out of that tire, and I'd like to see if I can fix it before we go. And I'll be honest, that tire's been leaking air for quite a long time. The problem is, I've been looking for the hole in that tire and cannot find it. I have put it in water. I have sprayed it with Dawn Power Wash. I've sprayed it with dish soap. I've sprayed it with Simple Green. After shaking it and making it all foamy, I cannot find the hole in the tire. I think it might be the bead. Maybe some sand got in there. I don't know. Anyway, I'd like to try to get to that. We'll see if we get to it. But I've lost my train of thought. Right on down the highway there. Okay, well, just back to some updates, I guess. I haven't made anything in quite a while. Oh, my YouTube channel got taken down. This channel that you're watching right now, it got removed permanently according to YouTube. They said I violated something like, I don't know, like scamming people or whatever, or saying that my thumbnail said that the video was one thing, but it was something else. Something like that. It was only down for a day, thank goodness, but it was down this month for a day. Of course, I appealed it, and the next morning had an email that they reviewed it further, and there was no violations, and they reinstated the channel. And then I was worried, well, you know, I've worked really hard to build a subscriber base. Now there's only about a couple thousand of you, about 2,220, I don't know, somewhere in there at the time of filming this. But I've worked really hard to get you all here with me, and I was going to be bummed if I had to do that all over again. But thankfully, y'all are still there. And actually, I think I've picked up a few more. I don't know, maybe the algorithm's pushing a little bit. Probably not. I don't have that, you know, I'm a tiny little channel, so they're probably not pushing much of anything. But anyway, it came back. All the videos were again monetized, which is nice. The main goal has always been maybe the channel can pay for itself a little bit. We're not there yet, and maybe we'll get there someday, and that's fine. But yeah, we were down for about a day. I was a little bit upset for that day, but then everything came around and was right. Upcoming stuff. So we just talked about the shocks on the Arctic Cat, so I'm gonna rebuild those. Of course, I'll film that. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to be watching other people's YouTube channels. I actually have a book that tells you how to do it from the Arctic Cat. Tells you, well, it's an online book. But we'll learn how to do that together. I'm probably going to do the first 3 off camera. So maybe I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing when I do the last one. Or maybe not. I really don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the day is when we get there and the kind of mood I'm in that day. What else? Then the Arctic Cat from that point, it'll be ready to go. The steering will do steering things, and the shocks will do shock things, and it'll be maybe it'll be a good car. Probably, it should be okay. Billy Badass needs one more thing, and that is the front differential, the four-wheel drive. If you've watched any videos on it, you know I tend to call it 3.5 wheel drive, because most of the time, if you put it in four-wheel drive, it's supposed to lock the front end. You know, limited when the rear end slips and all the thing. It's a weird design, but it works. Anyway, sometimes one of the tires on the front loses, you know, will stop getting power, and it's not the same one. It like goes from one side to the other. Probably has nothing to do with me beating on it trying to get the old you know, the old axles out that were rusted in. Probably has nothing to do with that. Anyway, I've got all the parts. I've had all the parts for quite a long time, pretty much since the build was done last year. So the year before last year, now that I think about it, goodness gracious, time flies. Anyway, I'm going to rebuild the front diff on that. That should be fun. Those are some immediate things coming probably fairly soon after King of the Hammers. Have another camping trip planned at the end of February, probably out in Barstow area is what I'm thinking. And I don't know what else is in between there. We've got other things to do, I'm sure. We've got more trips to make. I have no plans set. We're just going to have to wing it and see where we go. I have got to get Project Donkey moving again. There's nothing holding me up over the past couple of months except for my back and the willpower to endure the pain of trying to bend down and stoop and do things. But we're getting close, so I'm thinking by the time we get back from King of the Hammers, it's been a while since I've taken the Motrin. By the time we get back from King of the Hammers and I get some other things done, I should be in good enough shape to get back into Project Donkey. If you look where the bicycle hangs on the wall, that's for the granddaughter, Budgie, and then you look down and you see the gorilla ladder that I can't be bothered to put away because it's really heavy and it hangs on the wall and I just don't want to pick it up. Behind it, you can still see the frame for Donkey. And that's our off-road trailer for behind the quads. I really want to get that thing done. I cannot wait to use it. I think it'll be a blast. So I think we're going to start, if we get back to King of the Hammers, things get settled, get some other things done, I think I'm going to start thrashing on that thing. Because I think I've got 2 videos out on it. I think one where it was just to look at all the parts that we've collected so far and the ideas in my head to make suspension for it. And then of course making that frame out of the scrap square tubing that's in the backyard from the pool that used to be back there. I need to get to thrashing on it. There was a couple of you out there that were really interested in that build, and I'm sorry that I have not gotten back into it. We have got to get that going. It's getting close to supper time. I actually had a text message. I wonder if dinner is ready. No, dinner is not ready. Anyway, but it is getting close to supper time, and I think I need to get inside, help the wife with dinner time. She worked kind of late today, so I think I'm going to go inside and help her with that, which means I am not going to touch that tire. Nope, not going to happen. That's fine. I've got an air compressor on the quad. I'll have 9 days in the desert. Maybe I can figure it out and fix it out there. And if I do, it'll be in a video there. I'd like to thank you all for hanging out and for putting up with my absence over the last month, if you noticed. Anyway, I'd like y'all to just ride safe, camp safe, work in your shop safe, work on your car safe. Just be safe. That's all I'd like for you to do. Maybe subscribe, comment, or whatever. I will see you all in the very next video in just a couple days' time, I think, from Lucerne Valley, Johnson Valley, from Hammertown at King of the Hammers. See you later. Bye-bye now.